We got one. So it was a team effort. Thought our guys did a good job of executing on the defensive end. There were not a whole lot of missed assignments on the defensive end. We were going back and forth from a zone to a man, and our guys didn't really miss a beat that much. I thought in the second half, we did a good job of settling down and getting good shots against their tough zone. 18 baskets and 16 assists is very good. You just have to build on this one. Robert Upshaw was very, very good in the paint tonight. He obviously protected the rim. He rebounded the basketball. He had a couple good buckets down the stretch that we needed. He had a very good game.
Seemed like you spent quite a bit of time trying to coax Mike to shoot. Is that
Yeah.
constant effort?
Sometimes he gets like that, where he's so unselfish. He's such a team guy. He's thinking about his team so much he forgets about himself sometimes. And tell him, in order for us to really be a team, he can't forget about himself, because he's a big part of what we do. So he hit, I didn't even see how many threes he hit tonight. 3 for 6. That was good, very good.
He told us he was actually more of an offensively minded player coming in to Washington, he said.
Yeah.
Yet it seems like his defense helps to kind of get him going a little bit.
And that's the thing, you know, we always talk about the junior college guys and second half of the year, but in their senior year, junior college guys, you almost wish they really get it, and then they got to go. But that will kick in, hopefully. If he can get that offensive mindset like he had before he got here, and like I think he scored 60 or so in a game, something like that. If he can start doing that and take good shots with it, it will make our team better.
How is this team different without Jerome going forward?
We played the zone more because we didn't have the versatility on defense that Jannard provides. So we were kind of forced out of necessity to play more zone tonight. He is a big guy that can pass the ball. Tonight against that zone, our guards were in there quite a bit in the middle of the paint. Jannard is usually in there making those passes, and with those big guys, when he's in there with Sean or Robert, he catches it high and passes it high, and that helps us.
And they just his injury, was that something that just over with the course of the week they just?
No, it was he practiced Tuesday in the beginning briefly, and then the next thing I knew he was on the side, and just said feels again like it did the other night.
Is there any concern that could be like last year's?
Or? Oh no, no. It's supposed to be a minor procedure. Just
depth-wise, how do you feel your team is set to handle in the next 4 weeks? We've only played 7 guys tonight. Well, for much.
We played a couple games ago. We had everybody in the only played 7 guys. So depth becomes a problem if you get multiple guys in foul trouble or someone else gets hurt. But again, you know, Darren Johnson will probably be available. He's on a game-to-game basis, but he'll be available, so that's more depth. Jill Derricks didn't get in tonight, but there's another guy over there that didn't play, but we should be okay.
How much
in terms of depth, we should be okay.
Sorry. How much of the first half and kind of the offensive struggles and ugliness of that half was just figuring out how to work against their zone, especially with Jannard?
There was a little bit of that in the first half, but again, I think in the second half, the guys settled down and did a really good job. We shot 52% in the second half against a team that holds teams to 36% from the field, I believe. So they played the zone the majority of that second half, and it is a good zone, but our guys do a good job of being patient, getting to the right spots, and feeding each other for good shots.
What have you noticed that Coach Tinkle's been able to bring this OSU team in this first year?
You know how many points they lost on average from last year? They lost over 60 points a game. That's one thing if it's Kentucky and they lost 60 points because 5 guys went to the pros and they got 5 more coming in. They have one new guy that plays a lot, and that's Gary Payton. Now he's doing a heck of a job for him, but it's not like they replaced that scoring with 5 other guys that have been scoring double digits. It's a phenomenal job that he's done and his staff have done with that team. They've figured out a way for them to be competitive in games, in spite of all the points that they lost and the experience that they lost. There's not one guy on that team that was a go-to guy before. You know, sometimes guys don't know how to respond when now they're the man, you know, but guys are stepping up. So hats off to them, they're doing a great job.
And you talked a little bit about inserting Clevin in the starting lineup and having and come off the bench.
Yeah, Andrew, he just missed communication this year. So, doesn't really this one.
Did you see a different Andrew when he came off the bench as opposed to the last few games?
You know, he was focused. He came in and focused, and he hit a big three for us. Did a good job defensively. He was active. It was good to have him, you know, in there like he's been.
So you expect to see Andrew back in the starting lineup on this?
As a guy who's been around Seattle basketball a long time, how much fun was it have all Seattle basketball going out to the
That was Sam Perkins at the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I almost went over there to talk to him and hang out with him, but I was at work. So I didn't. But, you know, I think at halftime, I just happened to look over and Sam and Gary Payton and Sean Kim all were just kind of chopping it up, as they say, just kind of, whether they were reminiscing or teasing each other, whatever they were doing, they seemed like they were having a good time. So, it was fun. Any others?